So guys, Summer Game Fest is officially upon us on June 6th. And so with that, it's prediction time. So I made 10 possible predictions for Summer Game Fest. Now, whatever predictions I get wrong from this 10 predictions, I will have to do 5 push-ups per wrong prediction. So with that being said, let's get started. Alrighty guys, so here is the list of all the predictions I have for Summer Game Fest 2025. For every prediction I get wrong on this list, I will get 5 push-ups for each. Now, of course, if you guys want me to go even more beyond that, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know any other challenges that I may put, so that way I can do sort of stuff like this overall for like some predictions or for certain challenges and stuff like that. But for now, we're gonna settle for this. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. So here we go. My first prediction for this is Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer / year release. Now, of course, it's been already, 3 years already since Kingdom Hearts 4 first was announced to the world in its trailer. And it just looked amazing, whatever. After which, 3 years of absolute nothing about Kingdom Hearts 4. And then we had updates about the mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. And safe to say, that didn't end well. It got canceled, it got canned, and so now majority of the priority of Square Enix right now is going to be focused on doing Kingdom Hearts 4 for the future. Now, we had some screenshots about almost a month ago at this point, and so now we're looking at this and being like, okay, now the possibility of a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer is looming, and it's very, very close. Now, whether or not it's going to come out during this Summer Game Fest, or maybe during Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show, or even the Game Awards, we won't be entirely sure when it might release. So right now, a lot of the people are just speculating that maybe it will be coming out this Summer Game Fest this week. I hope that is the case. I have my doubts about it, but I will put it there just for the sake of just putting it there, because I want to be right about this, you know? Of course, if I get it wrong, I'll do the 5 push-ups for that. So we'll put that there as the potential, like, oh god, okay? So we'll just put it there, right? Prediction number 2, new Resident Evil remake or 9. Now, there's already been rumors that Resident Evil 9 is about to release soon, or at least there's some rumors that it might get announced soon. Of course, we have to still kind of predict because we're not entirely positive. But if it is the case, then we are going to see a new Resident Evil 9 or remake of probably another previous one. I don't think we're gonna get a remake per se. I'm just leaving it there just for transparency, but just for, like, you know, kind of a double-edged thing. But the 9 seems more likely. We already had plenty of remakes in between, from between now and Resident Evil 8. The Ethan Winter saga is complete, so all that's left is to start a new journey. Now, there's been rumors that it could bring back Leon. I'm not sure how to feel about that, but that's whatever. It could just be finishing off a storyline that wasn't complete. But in any case, we are expected maybe to see a new Resident Evil game. So that's one of the predictions. So guys, as I was editing the video, PlayStation just revealed that they're going to do a state of play on Wednesday. Which is kind of awkward because some of the predictions I made are from PlayStation games, you know, Wolverine and Spider-Man. So for the sake of fairness, at least for me, you know, against PlayStation, I'm going to move the predictions from, I'm going to apply the same predictions for Wolverine and Spider-Man onto State of Play. So if it does so happen that Spider-Man or Wolverine get revealed for the State of Play, I will count that as like the prediction being correct, basically. All right, I'll count that as the prediction being correct because we just got this out of nowhere, wasn't expecting it. I'm counting it. Number 3, we're finally going to see Wolverine's gameplay. Now, I know PlayStation and Insomniac are probably working with, you know, Wolverine. They never confirmed. I don't know if they did or not, but they probably never confirm that it got canceled. They just know that it's been delayed, for what I understand. As a matter of fact, on April 6th, basically last month, or 2 months ago at this point, Screen Time actually posted an update for Wolverine. So Insomniac gave an update saying that we're actively working on Marvel's Wolverine for PS5. We'll share news about the game when we are ready to share it. That will always be our answer. Now, Whether or not that can mean that they're gonna reveal it very soon, or they're gonna obviously they say that when we can, like as in they, they don't expect people to be like, oh, when are you gonna release it? Like, you should release it at this point. It's already been who knows how many years since you announced it. And yeah, I feel like enough time has passed for them to release something. But again, it's on their time. If they don't want to release it this week, they can release it maybe on the Game Awards, or maybe even next year's Summer Game Fest, whatever the case may be. That being said, I'm putting it in here just in case we do get our Wolverine gameplay, or at least some reveal for it, right? At the same time, I'm also putting in Spider-Man 3 teaser. Now, of course, PlayStation is still a part of this, like I mentioned, with Insomniac. They could bring in a double whammy of games. So, of course, apart from Wolverine being revealed in the gameplay, they could also just start bringing in teasers for maybe Spider-Man 3, maybe setting like a year, day, whatever. It has to be a teaser. It could be like an announcement, a teaser, whatever. Whatever the case may be, it's an announcement. So I'm just gonna type that down, right? I'm going to type down teaser / announcement, just for the sake of being clear about that. So we'll keep that there. And if it does get announced or gets a teaser, we'll be sure to look back at this list and see that I did fulfill that requirement. So we'll just leave it there, right? We'll leave it there. All right, in the same vein as Insomniac, I'm also putting 2 Nintendo properties into this. Keep in mind that Nintendo is going to be a partner at the showcase at the Summer Game Fest. And so with that, I expect 2 announcements for this game. Now, it could be one or the other, or it could be none. Whatever the case may be, Nintendo is going to be a part of this Summer Game Fest for the first time ever, so they're probably going to go out with a huge bang, right? So, my first prediction for that, they're going to announce a new Smash Brothers. Now, is there a possibility of that happening? Maybe not. As far as I'm concerned, Sakurai is working actively on Kirby Air Ride. But in that meantime, he could also be maybe teasing the possibility of a new Smash Brothers game. Now, of course, if it's an announcement, or if it's like, some kind of teaser or whatever, mostly an announcement, I'll be okay with that, right? Now, of course, if there is an announcement for that, that'd be good. I think what's more likely to happen is that there's going to be a new 3D Mario game. Now, of course, we have the new Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Bonanza, whatever the heck. I forgot what it was called. But they have a new Donkey Kong game. Of course, they have Mario Kart 8. That's going to be one of the new games that comes out for Switch. But I also think, for the Switch 2, rather. But I do think there should be more games that there should be announcing at some point in the future. And what better time to do it than right now, when the Switch 2 is about to go into sale literally this week, I think. So with the new Switch 2 coming out now, pretty much this week, there should be some more hype for future games to come out. And I think there's no bigger way to sell out a Switch 2 than a new Mario 3D adventure. If they do another 2D Mario, I don't think that makes sense. They just had Wonder last year, so it really makes no sense for them to start bringing out another 2D game. It should be a 3D game. Whether or not it's going to come out or not, that's only left for us to see. But yep, there's 10 push-ups right there for the 5 and the 6. A new Smash Brothers announcement, or a new 3D Mario game announced. I should probably clarify that real quick. Let me just type that in. Mario game announcement. We'll just leave that there. All right. Another game that might be revealed for this could be Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 announcement / teaser. I'm putting that both in there. So for Final Fantasy VII Remake, now of course Square Enix is currently working also on Kingdom Hearts 4. We know that for sure. As for maybe making other like type of other games or whatever, like maybe smaller games, might not make sense a little bit, given that they just currently had a restructure where they're focusing all their efforts on big AAA titles as opposed to just smaller titles. So it only makes sense that they'll start working on Final Fantasy VII Remake as one of the prioritized games that they're going to have to work on. So I do expect maybe at least a teaser or an announcement for this. For Part 3, I don't expect it to release this year or next year. I expect it to maybe release on the 2027 cycle. But that being said, a teaser is not far off. I'd be surprised if Square Enix didn't do anything Final Fantasy related. Now there is also a possibility that there could be a remake for Final Fantasy 9 if I remember correctly, but I'm not putting that there because I feel like that's also too obvious. I know I put Resident Evil there, but I'm just putting that there. I just kind of forgot about, Final Fantasy 9. That could be a possibility, but I'm putting that out there just in case it does get resolved there. So we'll leave it there. Number 8 is the Sega Remix trailer. Now, if you remember about almost a year ago at this point during the Game Awards 2023, Sega announced basically that they're in development of doing, remakes and stuff like that from old Sega titles like Crazy Taxi, like Jet Set Radio, those type of games basically, right? I think they announced 5 games. I don't remember off the top of my head what they were. That being said though, I expect there should be a new trailer for that this Summer Game Fest. It's already been a year and a half since they announced it. It's already been plenty of time for development to work. Now I know, of course, Sega's also still working on Sonic with Sonic Crossworlds. Do I expect a new Sonic game this Summer Game Fest? Probably not, just a release date trailer. But I'm not putting that there. It's kind of obvious. But I'm putting this more as a bigger challenge because I think Sega Remakes, the trailer, I think people have been wanting that for a while. So of course, games like Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, those are going to be very high on people's mind when it comes to Sega doing the show right now, apart from Sonic Crossworlds, of course. But if they do make an announcement there we go. No 5 push-ups for me, I guess. Whoops. Number 9, I'm putting in Phantom Blade Zero release date trailer. Now, 4 months ago, PlayStation, or at least in this case, more specifically, Phantom Blade Zero released their Year of the Snake trailer showcasing the gameplay. Was it the Year of the Snake? I think it was Year of the Snake, right? Let me take a look. Yeah, it was the Year of the Snake 2025. I had it just here just a second ago, just to kind of make the little last ones. Now, we did get that trailer, the gameplay trailer, and it looked awesome. It looked amazing. But of course, they mentioned that at the end of the video that there was going to be a release date announced for 2025. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that's going to be on Summer Game Fest. It could be on Tokyo Game Show. It could be at Gamescom, or it could be at the Game Awards, literally at the far end of 2025. Now, given the trailer that we just saw from Phantom Blade Zero, it looked amazing, and it already looks like it's pretty well developed. At least like the combat and everything like that, it looks pretty fleshed out. The music is already set, at least for the most part, I guess. The only thing that's left is maybe if they're doing voice acting, or if they're doing, in that latter stage of the process. We're not entirely sure, but they're pretty deep in development. They already had a demo last year, a year or so ago, during, I think it was Summer Game Fest as well, or during the Gamescom. But I think it's about time that they give us a release date trailer telling us when this game is going to release. It could be this year, or it could be next year, depending on when they announce it. But I think if they are going to release it this year, then we should get a release date trailer this Summer Game Fest. So I'm keeping that in there just in case. We won't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, and the last prediction I'm making for Summer Game Fest is Persona 4 Remake announcement. Now, there's been a lot of talk throughout these past couple of weeks about Persona 4, especially since voice actors like Yuri Lowenthal basically almost kind of confirmed / leaked that Persona 4 Remake is a thing. Now, whether or not we're going to get a reveal this year, or maybe not in this particular awards, but maybe in the TGA or Tokyo Game Show or whatever, we won't know. But however, there's already been heating up the rumors about Persona 4 Remake being a thing, and so now people are now speculating that we might get a reveal very soon. Now, I do expect maybe if it is going to be released this week, I expect at least an announcement, maybe like a detail soon to come, or in development, or maybe even just straight up make a trailer and then release a release date. Whatever the case may be, any announcement about Persona 4 Remake will be made. I hope. I think. I'm not sure. I can't say that for sure. But Persona 4 Remake is one of the predictions I think I'm semi not confident that it's going to happen. But if it does happen, 5 less push-ups, I guess. Alright guys, so there's my 10 predictions as to what we expect for Summer Game Fest. Now, which ones do I think
more likely to happen. Now, I don't know. I'm kind of confident that obviously I'm confident that remake, the new Resident Evil remake or 9 is going to be a -5 right there. I'm fairly confident there might be a new 3D Mario game. I'm not sure why, but I'm just kind of confident in that. I feel kind of semi-confident that Sega Remakes trailer, it just makes sense for me. Release date trailer for Phantom Blade Zero feels like it makes more sense to me. Now, of course, all these could be wrong, and I will end up having to do 50 push-ups. But if that is the case, I'll just watch it at the end of the video, and I'll just watch the Summer Game Fest in its entirety. I won't be able to watch it live, so I'll try my best not to watch anything Game Fest related. I'll be off of Twitter, which I know is an endeavor nobody wishes upon anybody in this day and age, but I will do it. And I will save my reactions for when I actually watch the playback on the Summer Game Fest. So I will do a semi-live but also fresh reaction to the Summer Game Fest when it comes out. Hopefully I'll have it released by Saturday or Sunday if I'm too busy. And yep, it'll be exciting. I'm excited for a new year of speculation, new reveals, new announcements. It's all going to be a great time, man. I'm very excited. But with that being said, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Who do you think, or what do you think is going to be on the Summer Game Fest? What are your predictions for Summer Game Fest 2025? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.